Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Box Office Banter, your favorite box office recap show on the entire internet. I'm Tanner Dexter, joined as always by my good friend and fellow box office enthusiast, Tucker Hazel.
Whoa,
Today,
you're
Tucker,
talking so
we
fast,
are here.
Tanner, they're not going to be able to understand.
Tucker, we got a lot of movies to get through today. We got to speed this thing up, okay?
All right.
We
got producers. They got guns to our heads. They're like,
just on screen. They're going to kill us. Oh my god. If you don't like and subscribe to the channel Backlot Banter, they're going to kill us right now.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I know. But Tucker, refocusing on the task at hand, we have many films to talk about that released in the month that was August 2025.
Oh, yeah.
And
one for
boy,
the
oh
books,
boy,
Tanner.
and one for the books, because boy, oh boy, was there a range of films doing quite well and quite poorly indeed. Yeah, so just a nice kind of gamut that we love to talk about.
God, I love a gamut.
Show. Love a good gamut.
I love running it, specifically.
If you want to run that gamut with us, folks, make sure to, if you want to run that gamut more in detail, more in conversation, I should say, we have a Discord server. That link is in the description. There you can talk about movies and box office things with us. You can also talk about anything under the sun with us out there. Video games, music. I think that's it. I think that's all there is under the sun.
That's the two topics.
Those are the two topics.
Tanner,
no,
do they have a
topics.
100-yard dash for running the gamut?
What is it? What's a gamut?
Like a range, I believe, of subjects.
Well, Tucker, we have a real range of subjects to hit in this here show.
Some might even say
let's just
a gamut.
Get started. So, Tucker, we'll start where we always do, looking at the top 10 the top 10 domestic openings at the domestic box office this month. Number one, with a bullet, is a little film called Weapons.
Yeah.
Hey, you might have heard of it, with $43 million opening weekend. Good stuff all around, and we'll get to the next slide where I will I will kick myself for about 5 to 10 minutes if you don't mind.
Do I have to be here for the whole thing, or can I
I mean, if you want,
use a bathroom and groom myself a little bit?
Tucker, I mean, you can always groom yourself in front of me. That's all right with me. But Tucker, number two was Freakier Friday with $28 million. Then you got another sequel there with The Bad Guys 2 in third place, $21 million.
Yeah.
Then I got a little bit of an asterisk here, Tucker, and we don't have a slide for this, so we might as well just talk about it now.
Okay.
We got K-pop Demon Hunters, $19.2-ish million opening. Well, I shouldn't say opening weekend. In the weekend, it was in theaters. More specifically,
those wacky chaps at Netflix decided, hey, you know what sounds nice? A little fucking moolah to fatten our stacks.
Just a little stuff to line the pockets a little bit.
Yeah. The winter's coming. It's getting cold. We've got to line our pockets with a little bit of cash. And so $19 million in one weekend is good, especially compared to how slow this month usually is. And we'll see if it is something that they continue to do.
It's very odd, yes.
Frankenstein and Wake Up Dead Man are both coming to theaters
They
for a little
both
bit, right?
supposedly, I mean, Wake Up Dead Man, I think just a couple of weeks ago got confirmed that it'll be in select theaters over Thanksgiving weekend, much like Glass Onion was. How wide that distribution will be is yet to be seen. Glass Onion was obviously pretty wide. Might even have been up to 1,000 theaters. Let me double check that.
I think
actually.
it was. Yeah, I think it was.
But I would expect. Well, even then, I remember seeing, I was able to see Pinocchio, GDT's Pinocchio in theaters, so even his last film with Netflix was able to get a solidly wide release as well, so maybe we will be able to see both of these films in theaters, but also maybe not.
So, but my point is, I think that we will at least be seeing Netflix once on one of these charts in the next couple months, if not twice. I don't know how much the general audience cares for Frankenstein or Guillermo del Toro, but we'll see how that confluence of factors impacts the box office.
Okay. Looks like Glass Onion was in about 700 theaters across the country a couple years ago. I don't have a theater count for GDT's Pinocchio, but I mean, if we got it, I don't know.
They just forget to count that week?
I guess so.
I thought it was automatic. I'm being completely honest. I don't know. Huh.
Yeah, no. Well, this is also strange because Netflix didn't officially report the gross for K-pop Demon Hunters. This is just an estimate based off of analytics at the theaters. Yeah. It should also be mentioned that K-pop Demon Hunters could have gone a lot higher because it was not carried or shown in the largest theater chain in the country, AMC Theaters.
That's very interesting.
The AMC and Netflix, they're a little bit at odds, and so there was no K-pop
one of them
Demon
makes
Hunters at any
streaming movies,
AMC
one of them
theaters.
does not.
Exactly. And Tucker, Naked Gun was at number 5 with $16 million. And then the rest of the top 10 was Nobody 2, the Jaws 50th anniversary. Happy 50th to Jaws.
And Tanner, do you know what day today is? It is the 100th anniversary of the original Phantom of the Opera.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've never seen that movie, actually. I should probably watch it.
I saw it. It's okay.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for that. At number 8, we have Caught Stealing. At number 9, does that say like Searchlight the Roses in a really small font?
Are you able to see that? That's really impressive. If you are, I didn't think I didn't think anyone would be able to make that one out.
That's like 4 pixels. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And at number 10, Honey Don't.
Yeah. How about that?
Tanner, get your foot ready. Get your foot ready. Let your foot warm up.
Because boy, oh boy, am I kicking myself for not putting Weapons at number 1. I thought about it. I hemmed and I hawed, but I was like, God, I just have a feeling about Freakier Friday. But no, Tucker, I should have had that feeling about Weapons.
Tanner was feeling freaky, but he should have felt kidnappy.
I don't ever want to feel kidnappy, I'll be honest with you. But what are the numbers that I had, Tucker? Freakier Friday, I said $35 million, so I was even a little high on that. Weapons, I said 30, so I was fairly low on that as well. Bad Guys 2, I said 25 opening weekend, so not too far off. Naked Gun 15, pretty dead on there. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. And I had Nobody 2 at number 5 because I mean, I don't even know if we knew that K-pop Demon Hunters was going to come out in theaters.
I'll give both of us credit for getting the top 5.
Yeah.
The top
Sans
5
K-pop
correct.
Demon Hunters. Yeah.
Because it's not like fair to have predicted K-pop Demon Hunters because we didn't know about it. And what did you say for Nobody?
I said 10.
Okay, and it opened to 9.2. So yeah, you'll get that one as well.
Okay.
Good job.
But I did not get the 3-month streak over summer, unfortunately.
So you're kicking yourself under the desk right now? Off camera?
Yes, under the desk right now. Absolutely. I don't know if I don't think we really have time for me to kick myself in the rear end back and forth across the camera.
Sure. Yeah. So it's interesting that this month came out with a very different balance than we were anticipating going in. I think it is just how volatile the current movie-going market is that even things that should seemingly be safe or large aren't necessarily, but it is the things that are surprising people the most, that are keep getting people talking the most, that end up making the most surprising amount of money. Of course, there are the outsized hits that are just of course, a Jurassic World or something like that. But the movies that people talk about the most are things like Weapons, or with Long Legs last year. These movies that really come out of nowhere and surprise people. And even within that first opening weekend, the interesting thing is, and actually we can just move. Oh no, wait. That wasn't first. Whatever.
Yeah, we got some comparisons a little bit.
To the point of Weapons, I want to say
go for it.
The interesting thing about the current movie marketplace is that word of mouth is not necessarily people going the next weekend. Sometimes it's reviews happen and word of mouth spreads so quickly because of social media that the opening weekend can be a surprisingly huge.
Absolutely.
Did you look up what the predicted range was for Weapons? Because I want to see how
I can
far
find that. I can find that out right now.
Yeah.
Go do a little box office.
Why don't you do that when we look at the comparisons here?
Yeah.
Because we also had a nice spread of cinema scores and Rotten Tomatoes. The Bad Guys 2 and Freakier Friday took a cinema score. Just nice, crowd-pleasing, family-friendly, quote-unquote blockbusters. I don't know if you, money-wise, would consider them blockbusters, but Naked Gun and Weapons, both with an A-, is very good for both of those movies. I mean, theatrical comedies are pretty rare nowadays. People really, who saw Naked Gun really liked it. And then Weapons, I mean, that's just an amazingly high cinema score for a very straight, down-the-middle horror movie. Although, I don't know. Zach Cregger likes to get a little goofy with it. So it's when I say
funny.
Straight down the line, it's like it's a little to the left, you know?
Yeah, but it's by no means a horror comedy, but it's darkly funny, you know?
Yeah, it's a horror comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
At a B+, we have Nobody 2 and The Roses, and Caught Stealing closing out with a B. Though, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if I would agree with that or not. I do have to say, nice compact range here. We don't have any B- or any C's or any D's or anything. This is a nice, like, hey, people pretty much like these movies for the most part.
Yeah.
And then did Eden and Honey Don't Not get cinema scores?
No cinema scores for those two.
Because
which is weird because Drive Away Dolls did get a cinema score, but Honey Don't did not.
The Cinema Score Corporation has it out for the Coens now.
I guess so.
And looking at the Rotten Tomatoes down at the bottom, Honey Don't Eat and the Illumins didn't get cinema scores. Were the least popular reviews wise by a significant margin. The only two that were in the Rotten range, and then everything else was either fresh or certified fresh. Being the majority of our movies here. So really good month overall in terms of quality films, and I would say decent in terms of how many people went to go see these movies. I think the vast majority of them were profitable, which is good. I would consider this a stronger month overall for movies, quality-wise, for an August, but we'll get to each film individually and see how it sort of nets out.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Just we'll especially look at it when we compare our scores for this month August versus last month, or last year rather.
Yeah.
But let's kick it off with.
Wait, did you get an answer?
Oh yeah, sorry. So Weapons was tracking between 2 weeks out, it was like 20 to 30, and then the week of, it was like 25 to 35.
Well, but still,
exactly.
But the range of 16 to 8 million above that, for that smaller a range, that is a lot to show up on top.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the benefit of the social media age.
Yeah.
And why things now can just really super take off over the course of just a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
The Naked Gun. The Naked Gun. This one opened. This was number 5 for our domestic openings this month. Opened to $16.8 million on a budget of $42 million. This was much buzzed about, but one of those things that all of the marketing and social media fervor around it did not really bear out to be a huge hit. It's solid. It's okay.
Profitable. Yeah.
It's nothing to really write home about. I don't think this by any means has single-handedly revived the studio comedy.
No. Yeah, well, and that's really the thing that you can point to with this, is because I think that they did everything right. They made a movie that the people who went to go see it really liked, certified fresh and Rotten Tomatoes, A- cinema score. I think they did a really good job with the marketing, frankly. I mean, I was seeing a whole variety of funny posters and funny short-form videos and funny parodies of other movies coming out. They were really keeping this movie in the cultural consciousness around that time for people who are tuned in. But comedies aren't the big thing anymore.
That's true.
And this is a movie that is intentionally trying to replicate an energy of a now long lost era. The Naked Gun movies initially were very, very popular and made a ton of money, especially for they cost I think less to make or be similar to make.
Well, I was looking. The Naked Gun 2.5 had a bigger opening than this in in like 1990 or whatever the hell.
Yeah. But so it's really just the audience, right? Tanner, the people are the issue on this one. Because
that's a good point.
The studio and the production team, I think, did everything they could have to set this up for their best performance.
I think that is a good point, especially since you just saw marketing for this like everywhere, and even the marketing was like going on the point of, hey, like you can save comedies by coming to see the Naked Gun in theaters.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, and that's good stuff. And it had Liam Neeson in it. It had Pamela Anderson in it. Tucker, I don't know if you've heard. I mean, you can just take a look over at the poster there, and you can see.
A poster can be faked, Tanner.
It's true. I mean, to the point of the good marketing for this, I did enjoy the poster that was like no AI was used in the making of this poster, but Liam Neeson had like 16 fingers or whatever.
Yeah. They did a good job. No, I mean, to their credit, the marketing itself was funny, not necessarily because it spoiled jokes from the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't written, filmed punchlines, but they baked comedy into the short form and image promotional material, which I was like, people just aren't really doing that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also by nature of the kind of movie that The Naked Gun is and is basing itself on. I wanted to talk about Neeson and Anderson in the starring roles here. Like, these are not young people's stars. These are not super topical movie stars of our era.
No, yeah.
But they still did what they could with those folks in the title roles here. And I think both of them were totally game for all of the marketing stuff that this film had going on, including the like fake dating stuff that was going on. I don't know if you heard about that. But like they started dating like right after the movie came out, and then like a week ago, it's like, oh yeah, that was fake, by the way.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But I mean, I guess I want to get back to like the point of how much money it actually made and how it turned out. Good, like fine. I think we kind of started by saying that, like, but ultimately also very similar to something like No Hard Feelings from a couple of years ago, which also really had the vibe of like, hey, we are saving the rom-com or whatever, we're saving the comedy, the raunchy comedy.
And Bros did the same thing.
Exactly.
Strays.
And this ultimately did have a very similar like box office turnout to No Hard Feelings, which is probably about the best that these types of like comedies and things like that can do, it seems like, at least right now. Perhaps we'll continue to climb the ladder. But I was just reading like the trailers and stuff like this had super high viewership on YouTube, and the same went for No Hard Feelings a couple years ago. But I think it's just a matter of that people have been trained over the course of the past decade, I guess, maybe just post-pandemic, that like comedy is not something that everyone turns out for in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially as comedy tastes become more and more specific. People, especially our age, comedy is something that is short and punchy, and not necessarily boom.
Now you got me sick. Look at you.
Not something you sit down for a long watch of.
It's short form. Like that's the name of the game for comedy now.
The max comedy length that someone our age is really going to get into is a 20-minute TV episode.
Absolutely, totally. Hey, where do you watch those?
Interesting.
Where do you watch those 20-minute TV episodes? You watch them on fucking Netflix, baby.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But Godspeed to them for giving it a try. I thought it was a really funny movie. My family really liked it, and it did make almost $100 million.
It is,
which is more than No Hard Feelings. Just looked it up. No Hard Feelings didn't even make 90. So this is. I would be curious to see like straight up comedies. I don't remember off the top of my head what the biggest of the last 10 years are.
I tried to look into it, and ultimately looking through like the box office results, it's really a matter of like, well, is this a comedy, or is this an action comedy? Is this like are we counting IP it's based on? Because like Naked Gun is an IP, but is it recognizable to a large amount of people? I don't know. It gets kind of in the weeds, because I tried to look that up too and compare things, but comedy is just kind of a sticky wicket in terms of theatrical films recently. So.
It is interesting, though, to note that the largest opening weekend age demographic was 25 to 34, which is where you and I sit. And I don't know how many of people... I didn't see many people our age talking about it. But it's interesting that it doesn't actually even skew older than that, right?
You would kind of think.
Someone who was born in the early 80s would have really been... growing up around the time that Naked Gun was like primed for a younger audience, or where that era of comedy was really blossoming.
Right.
So it's interesting that older moviegoers weren't the biggest opening age demographic.
Demographic at least.
Yeah. Though I'm sure there were plenty.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's totally right. But Naked Gun turned out pretty well, I think. All right, Pucker, Bad Guys 2.
Pucker?
Did I say Pucker?
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
All right, well, fair enough.
Roll it back the tape.
All right, fucker, here we go. Bad Guys 2. $181 million so far at the box office. Opened to 21, so it has legged out quite well on a budget of $80 million. But you looked at the Bad Guys from a few years ago, $250 million. You're like, man, I mean, I guess it just wasn't reaching these heights. What was it? I mean, we both enjoyed these films to a similar degree.
Yeah.
It's not like Bad Guys 2 was a downgrade in terms of quality by any means. In fact, I think it even might be better.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, and this is something I noted down a couple other places, a couple other films that came out this month. It's the move to PVOD that killed the momentum of this film.
Sure.
This film released on August 1st, and it was available on PVOD on August 19th. That is
under 3 weeks.
18 days. This is a Universal film, of course, and Universal for years now, post-pandemic, has had their like minimum 18-day theatrical exclusivity. So if things aren't performing, I guess, up to snuff of what they think they should be, they can shunt it off to PVOD after 18 days, and that's what they did here. And I don't know. I think it was a bad move because I think this could have definitely done more, gotten some more juice out of it had it not been undercut by that.
Yeah, especially because I mean, this is not a small movie in terms of popularity. $181 million is the highest grossing movie. No, I guess Weapons, but it's one of the biggest movies of this time period currently. And it's not like even the July movies are like holding so insanely well that like it's eating up the August air. But this is the only Freakier Friday is the only other example, but like this is the only major animated movie for like a multiple like a month plus window. Like what animated movies are we getting in September? Like this, if they had really pushed this, it could have held through September. I think.
Yeah, I think
into September, which they didn't even really care to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just looking. I just wanted to look at this quickly as well because for a long time, just because animation this year, at least domestically, American animated films, have been a little bit hurting, a little bit underwhelming, I guess. And I suppose Bad Guys 2 falls into that camp as well. Though I think there was a little bit of a caveat here. So to grab a pop quiz hot shot. What is the highest grossing animated film at the domestic box office in 2025?
I'm just trying to think of animated movies I even saw.
Buddy, I don't... You're going to have to dig back in the memory well for this one, I'll tell you that much.
Is it something I saw? Is it something we reviewed?
I think we did the review for this. I mean, I'm having to dig back in the memory well also, but I think we both did a review for this.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is the film Dogman.
Dogman. I was just about to... No, we didn't do a review. I never even saw it.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Dogman has $97 million domestically at the box office.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so no animated movie. Oh, geez. Well, I mean, most of that's on the fact that Pixar underperformed this year.
Exactly.
But no animated film has made more than $100 million domestic.
Yeah, I mean, that includes Bad Guys 2, and obviously this will remain true until Zootopia 2 comes out this Thanksgiving.
and frankly, may make $100 million opening weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Domestic.
It's just something weird about the animated output this year. That they have not really been connecting with family audiences. I mean, this has outgrossed Dogman worldwide with $180 million, but... Yeah, it's
interesting to see animation kind of come and go in waves. Since we've started covering the box office, 2021 really no major animated movies. You get Inside Out 2 being massive, but like in Moana 2 being a huge hit. Like, frankly. But even something like The Bad Guys, which was a very nice surprise hit for DreamWorks, and seems to be something that they're going to continue with, even if this isn't a massive hit. And Illumination doing very well, or coming and going in terms of Despicable Me 4 and Mario. Then we're going to have Mario next year.
We say coming and going with Illumination, but all those movies, I mean, Despicable Me 4 made what, like $850 million or whatever? Yeah.
I was referencing a little film called Migration.
Oh, well, sure.
They also put out...
Migration ended up doing quite well. Didn't that make like 300?
It actually did make over... You're right. It broke 300 and made over 100 million domestic.
Yeah. And you know why that is? It's because they put it out in a season, end of the year, and just let it ride on through January and February.
Because that's the thing about animated movies, is they hold very well.
Yeah.
Because families can't always go see things right away. And also... kids like to see movies that they enjoy multiple times. Kung Fu Panda 4 was big. And, like, it's just interesting to see what they're doing here.
Yeah.
With and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Like, we've actually had a good run of hit animated movies. Just for some reason, a good chunk of them just aren't hitting. But it seems to be also concentrated within 2025.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird stuff. And so, yeah, I think this was a total misstep from Universal to affect it. I mean, they didn't pull it from theaters, but they undercut their theatrical grosses by putting it on PVOD. This is also just something that I tried to quickly fact check, and I think this is true. I think this is the first sequel to an animated IP that started this decade.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
I looked through Letterboxd. I didn't see anything else. I couldn't think of anything else. This is the first 2020s animated IP to receive a sequel.
That sounds right. I mean, it takes a while to make an animated movie. Of course, so that's not unbelievable. But what were 2021 animated movies even?
Yeah, let's look this up. Here we go. We're gonna go to films.
2020 animated movies. You look up 2021.
2020
animated movies. Yeah, Onward didn't get a sequel.
Right.
Prudes. But, of course, that's a weird year. So.
Of course.
Well, we were supposed to get a Scoob sequel. Would you have counted that?
I mean, did Scoob come out in theaters, or was that just a Max?
Yeah, that was a Max thing. I think it was supposed to come out in theaters, but... And then 2021 animated movies.
We got Encanto, Luca, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, Raya, Sing 2,
Addams Family 2.
Addams Family 2, yeah.
Yeah. The animated Diary of a Kid movie.
Peter Rabbit 2. I guess it's live action and animation mix, but whatever.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so we are getting to the point where some of these could have gotten sequels, though everything we mentioned there, nothing of that lineup except for Encanto was a big hit.
Yeah.
It's surprising they haven't announced an Encanto 2. Though Disney also... They do like to take their sweet time with their sequels. I know people are always like, Disney milks their sequels, but it's like, most of the time it's like 7 or 8 years between movies.
I also noticed, because just D23 just happened as well, that I think what they're settling into, at least for the next few years, is a nice rhythm of original sequel every year.
Yes, but that's what they have been doing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, we talked about this many times, but people don't see the forest for the trees when they see a Toy Story 5, and now they're like, oh my god, Disney's and Pixar just slopping out sequels. It's like, the vast majority of Pixar films this decade have been original.
Yes.
You have to pay attention. Just because Incredibles 3 is happening.
Should they have put those out in theaters instead of putting them on Disney Plus? Yes, unquestionably so.
Yes. Like Elemental and Elio.
Yeah. Luca turning red, etc.
So, yeah. And we've got Gato, we've got Hoppers, guys.
This is not a Pixar, but it's a Disney animation, but Hexed is one that they just announced coming out in a couple of years.
Yeah. And Raya and Encanto and Strange World and Wish. It's been happening.
It has been
doing
happening.
this.
Hey, quality is mixed. Quality is mixed, to be sure.
I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah.
Encanto's the only one of those that matters to any significant degree.
Exactly. But no, these original animated films from the biggest media conglomerate in the world, hey, they exist. Don't stress too much about it.
Yeah, they do. Just because people aren't watching them doesn't mean they're not making them.
Yes. Talk about what else do I have here? I mean, people, the child audiences, family audiences like this, we received 90% positive reactions from child audiences, and is waiting on some releases in major territories like China, or I guess they already released there, but released just in the last couple of weeks in like China, Italy, Germany, Australia. So,
yeah. I also was just looking for DreamWorks.
Yeah,
DreamWorks 2020's output. Let's start in 2021. Boss Baby 2, Bad Guys, Puss in Boots, Last Wish, Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken.
Everyone remembers.
Trolls Band Together.
Right.
What the hell is Orion in the Dark? Oh,
that was a Netflix
movie.
Yeah, that was a Netflix.
Kung Fu Panda, Wild Robot, Dogman, Bad Guys 2. That's another good mix of starting new series and continuing established ones. And then, I mean, they've got the Gabby's Dollhouse movie coming up. They've produced
we'll talk about it.
How to Train Your Dragon live action movie. What is Forgotten Island?
Forgotten Island? I'm not familiar with
September 2026. Tanner, put that on your calendar.
Okay. Forgotten Island? Is this notable in any way?
Forgotten Island DreamWorks movie. Upcoming computer animation, broad party comedy written by Joel Crawford, produced by Mark Swift.
Okay, these are names.
Adventure that transports the film protagonist to a long-forgotten magical island rooted in Philippine mythology.
Huh, that sounds neat.
Sure. But, I mean, that sounds like another new IP.
Rock
and then
Part?
Shrek
What
5,
is it?
and, of course, 2027.
Yeah, that's
Cocomelon
right.
the movie.
What? Oh, yeah. Wait, what'd you just say?
Cocomelon the movie.
Oh, and Bluey the movie. Don't forget Bluey the movie.
That's so true. That's
Yeah.
so true. Well, everyone, those are going to make $1 bazillion and
Yeah,
get
don't
a bunch
worry
of
about
sequels.
it.
We'll be seeing Cocomelon movie posters and trailers in our theaters for the next decade.
Don't worry about it. Don't
But at least The Bad Guys 2 is good, even if people didn't go apeshit over it.
Yeah.
But, Tanner, what did they go apeshit over?
Tucker,
Running out into the dark, they love kidnapping, they
you know
love
why,
taking
Tucker?
hidden children.
You know why the Bad Guys 2 underperformed in this way? It's because all the kids, they were all running out at 2:17 a.m. and running away from their homes. That's why they weren't going out to the theater.
Yep.
They were being stashed in a creepy basement.
Weapons is, I would say, one of the phenomenons of this year. Even
Absolutely.
if, $242 million on a $38 million budget is amazing.
Yes.
It's not one of the biggest movies of the year, total financial gross, but in terms of conversation, in terms of being a surprise, in terms of buzz, in terms of iconography.
Yes.
I think Weapons is really one of the narratives of the year in the way that I felt Longlegs was in the past.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see these new horror voices like Zach Kreger and Ari Aster and Raka Raka, like these guys who are bringing in really interesting and well-crafted horror experiences. They're really the ones that are grabbing people's attention.
Yeah. I would even say this is one of the biggest horror phenomenons of the last couple of years. I mean, perhaps only eclipsed by Sinners earlier this year. I think will become like the defining movie of this year almost.
Well, I would have. Oh, you mean this year for horror? Okay, yes.
Yeah, but even I think Sinners will probably extend out because I think Weapons is definitely a bigger deal for general audiences than Longlegs was.
Yeah. What did Longlegs end up making total?
I don't know. Let me look.
No, I'm faster than you.
Okay, you look it up because I also want to mention that
127 worldwide.
Okay,
not even close, Tanner.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah, this is almost double that.
Yeah, I mean, this is also coming from being distributed by Warner Brothers, who just has more resources at hand to put stuff out. Speaking of Warner Brothers, gotta give it up to them. Made Hollywood history with Weapons. Yeah. The 6th consecutive $40 million opening for them.
That's amazing.
A first in Hollywood history to have
Tanner,
6 consecutive films.
I want us to cast our minds back to like the end of 23 and 2024, even the end of 2022. Warner Brothers, remember end of 2022 when they couldn't afford to put movies out in theaters?
Yeah,
Remember when Don't Worry Darling and Black Adam tanked? Do you remember when they weren't like getting people proper accommodations for The Color Purple? You remember when like they were having Barbie happen and Wonka, but then like Aquaman and like Shazam and Blue Beetle The Flash, just like
even their big successes had caveats with like, well, they had this other shit do really poorly, and now they are just like batting 1,000 at the box office this month.
They were the Hollywood bad guys, I would say, like 2 years ago. But there's no discounting the crazy run that they're on right now.
I mean,
shout out to Mike Luca and Pamela Abdi, who are just like on a legendary run right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're the ones to look to and applaud on this, definitely. You look like end of last year, it was being discussed that they were going to be, out on the corner. They were going to be out on their asses. And then what comes along? A little teensy film called Minecraft movie comes along and and then Sinners comes along, and you're like, oh, because hang on, what have been the six consecutives here? Let's see if I can think here.
Final Destination, Superman, Minecraft, Sinners.
Yep.
Weapons.
There's one more.
Was it The Accountant? No.
You know what? They might.
F1.
F1. They distributed F1. Yes.
Wait, what did Accountant open to?
Accountant opened to like 25. I think.
Oh, that was the international distribution.
Yeah.
As well. So so if you introduce a couple of maybe caveats, whatever, and also we have to then remember Mickey 17 didn't open very big.
True.
Campania didn't open very big. The
Yep.
Alto Nights was a complete bomb.
Disaster, yeah.
Working Man was a good size hit there.
Working Man was Amazon MGM. That might have been, that's an international distribution thing.
Oh,
probably.
my bad.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, you're good.
Gets a little bit complicated.
It does.
But also, The Conjuring Last Rites.
Dude,
new line.
we will talk about it. We will talk about it at the end of the episode here. But are we
looking at 7?
Tucker, we are looking at a big 7. We are looking at an unquestionable 7 at this point.
Yeah. And is that? No, it's not. Okay, and then and then one battle after. No,
yes. Tucker, lest I sound like a broken record, we'll talk about it.
Okay, great. But yeah, Weapons is a big hit. Shout out to Zach Kreger. I remember this movie kind of being thrown around as something people were really, really excited for.
Yeah.
Studios were bidding on it. I believe Jordan Peele really wanted to be involved.
Jordan Peele was part of the negotiations for Universal to acquire this, and was not able to get it, and ended up firing his management because he was not able to get this film. As a producer or distributor or whatever. So
he's coming back with him in a couple weeks, so we'll see how that.
He's got him in a couple weeks, and then also apparently, I didn't put it on the headlines thing, but his movie got removed from the Universal calendar. Apparently, he has not started writing the script for it. Come on, Jordan, stop hunting after these movies. Just write your next masterpiece. It can't be that hard.
It can't be that hard to just make a great movie. Why doesn't everyone do it?
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Weapons. I mean, just outside success. And Zach Kreger. It's very rare that we get a new director that just immediately gets blank checks like this, but he is going to be one that we're going to be hearing from every few years, keeping an eye on, and will probably be a defining horror and directorial voice of
when the next Zach Kreger movie comes out in like 2 years, and they're going to hit from the director of Weapons in the trailer. Yeah, that's what you want. This recently passed Final Destination Bloodlines to become the second highest grossing horror film this year, behind Sinners, of course. So WB has all 3 of those top spots.
Wow, that's amazing.
Actually,
and you don't really think of Warner Brothers. You don't really think of horror, but good for them.
Yeah. I guess they have New Line, right? That's them?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, there you go. And this is the first. This film had the first non-consecutive #1 weekend of 2025, which means that it faltered and then came back, and of course it fell to K-pop Demon Hunters that one weekend, which was only in theaters for that one weekend.
Which means if that hadn't randomly shown up, it would have had 3 consecutive weeks. That's amazing.
Yes. Tucker probably would have had 4. Let's be honest. It would have had 4 consecutive.
Sure. Because last weekend,
it had 2. K-pop Demon Hunters came out, and then it got another one.
So it has had 3 total.
It's had 3. It has the same number of #1 weekends. It has the same number of #1 weekends as Lilo and Stitch, which has made over $1 billion.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, can't say it enough. Shout out to Weapons. Let's move over to Freakier Friday. A very fun double feature. I was happy as a clam sitting here on my birthday watching Weapons and Freakier Friday. Both movies I enjoyed. You can see our score here on Freakier Friday is a little bit
bottom
lower.
Corner.
This I would say, even though it is profitable, $43 million budget is very conservatively budgeted for a theatrical comedy like this with comparatively big name stars, even though both of them, this is kind of something that they're coming back with. I think Disney wanted this to be bigger. I think they're probably a little bit miffed on this one. I think they were like, oh man, why didn't this make $400 million?
It's because Weapons came out, man. Weapons just took over the conversation, definitely.
That's true.
I was digging through some, on here, on many of these, I have the opening weekend demographics stuff, people who came out to the theaters for this. This was obviously huge skewing towards female audiences. Probably I think the highest, the bottom thing I have there, one of the highest female audience turnouts that I've seen in us researching for this show. 71% of opening weekend audiences was women.
That is so skewed.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those were coming in as big groups, apparently, so that you have that.
71% female audiences, and we're allies, so basically
that's
that
true.
even counts.
That's right. A lot of them were 52% were women over the age of 25, so right in the sweet spot of who they were targeting for the nostalgia on this thing. But then also, I saw a thing that's like, if you look at demographics for women under 25, turnout for Freakier Friday and Weapons was about the same, which means that Weapons was pulling away some of those under 25 female audiences that Freakier Friday would have really latched onto.
Yeah. So what I think is interesting about Freakier Friday and why it feels maybe a little bit out of place is that Freaky Friday released in a time period when Disney's live-action film output, both theatrically and on Disney Channel,
the Disney Channel
was
originals,
one of the, I think maybe was the defining element of Disney culture in the early 2000s. I mean, if you remember, the Disney animated movies were not doing very good.
No, in the early 2000s, no.
And so a lot of people our age grew up on those movies, and I think that's why Freakier Friday gets that above 25 audience and not necessarily the below 25 audience. The interesting thing is that the young audience that Freaky Friday spoke to, that those Disney Channel movies spoke to, that same age demographic of people in, especially girls, in middle school, elementary school, high school, they have not been trained to understand that Disney is making theatrical comedies or even just live-action comedies for their demographic because they haven't been doing it.
Yeah, you know who Disney has been making movies for over the past, 10, 15 years?
Teenage boys
with Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting. And so I would actually be... I don't know if this movie being this level of success will compel them to try to recapture some of that energy for a younger skewing live action comedy marketplace, especially for young women. But I hope, because I do think that's an underserved market.
Absolutely.
And going to Freakier Friday, I was like, I haven't seen a movie with this tone in theaters, almost maybe ever.
yeah. It's just not that incredibly common, and this had to be. It was predicated on being a legacy sequel to a film that's
that's correct.
That's over 20 years old.
Yeah, and the younger stars, which would have been the ones to pull in that younger demographic, aren't major names. They aren't major draws. Were they Disney show stars in some way?
Let me see.
I don't even know what the live action Disney shows are anymore.
Yeah, I mean they don't really have any. I mean, this is the issue with
that's such an inversion from when we were kids.
Yeah. Okay, so hang on. Julia Butters. I'm familiar with this name.
She was in The Fabelmans, right?
She was in Fabelmans. Does she make music or something? Is that why I maybe know her name? I don't know. That might be a thing. But Sophia Hammond's the other one, the other young actress in it. Yeah, she's not really in much either. I got a Disney movie here. I spotted a Disney movie here. Under Wraps 2. It seems like some sort of mummy comedy.
Disney streaming slop.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what you do now. I mean, this gets into the conversation of there is no studio programming for young children anymore because they just watch YouTube all day. Which, to be fair, when we were kids, we also watched a lot of YouTube, but we also had other option of programming on various channels for us to watch.
That's true. I didn't watch any of it, but I knew it was there.
Exactly.
And frankly,
it was always
I probably looked down upon the live-action Disney Channel watchers who were watching fucking Luck of the Irish and what was that basketball movie or the hockey movie that you motherfuckers really liked. There's some sports thing. The Mighty Ducks. That's what I'm thinking.
Mighty Ducks. Yeah, sure.
I was sitting from my high throne being like, I'm watching ASDF movie. And, and
I was also watching ASDF movies. I was watching that stuff, man.
I'm watching BFDI, you scum.
I don't know what that is. Anyway, Freakier Friday, good. Disney, I'm sure, is happy, but not over the moon about this.
Correct, yeah. This isn't going to shake up what their plans are for the theatrical marketplace, which, again, I think is unfortunate, because in order to condition people to want to go see these movies, you have to make the movies.
Yeah. I did want to shout this out too, just because I was curious and I looked into it. Yes, this is the highest grossing film this year to never reach number one at the domestic box office.
Very interesting. Yeah. And you also have here biggest box office opening of Lindsay Lohan's career, and I do want to say, I think for me as a film historian, film cultural analyzer.
Yes.
That's the most interesting part of Freakier Friday to me, is Lindsay Lohan being someone who was a decently big name for the style of comedies 20 years ago, basically completely dropping off of the cultural consciousness for a decade plus, and then kind of roaring back with this. I mean, she did a couple of streaming movies over the last few years.
That's what she did to like build up her star power again, is kind of do a, hey, Lindsay Lohan is back and like is in front of me, in front of my eyes on my screens at home, in Irish Wish and whatever Christmas movie she was in or whatever.
She was in one of those,
like that's what she had to do. And just because like Freakier Friday is not a movie that Disney would have probably thought about making 5 years ago, but
that's true.
Lindsay Lohan,
I believe it was announced in 2021.
Oh, was it? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But it was predicated on, yes, you're right, Lindsay Lohan coming back into the public consciousness a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Tanner, it's the month of theatrical comedies. Naked Gun, Weapons, really funny movie.
Hilarious stuff.
Freakier Friday, Bad Guys 2 is a comedy.
It is.
And then Nobody 2
yes.
up next.
Little dad action is what we got here. This is a dad action movie. It's an action movie about
Tanner,
a dad.
I might even say let's take that word. Let's flip flop one of those vowels, the only vowel in there. Dud action movie.
Oh, Tucker, you saucy dog! Bang, swish.
We did not care for Nobody 2.
No,
and it seems that nobody else did either.
Yeah, this is on a budget of $25 million. It opened to just under 10 and has grossed 37 thus far. This is a Universal film again, so yes, it had as of the recording this, it's been on PVOD for a couple of days. It's hit that 18-day window again, like we had already.
This
mentioned.
one, I'm like, yeah, okay,
for sure. But what's interesting is that I think maybe Universal was relying on, probably looking at their end of numbers on like how many people watched Nobody on streaming over the course of the last several years. Mm-hmm. So like, fuck it, take a gamble. Nobody 2 out in theaters. Here we are.
Yeah, and good for them to take that gamble. But I do think what that indicates to me is that people view Nobody, and frankly, I would say also Bob Odenkirk, right? Mm-hmm. As not a theatrical draw, as a streaming draw.
Yeah.
They associate Nobody with that. Frankly, people associate him with TV shows, with streaming shows.
Exactly.
And so I think that's part of the reason why this didn't really blow up, is because also this is a 47 North movie, right?
87 North, but yes.
Same shit.
I know what you mean. Sorry.
87 North movie. They're kind of hit or miss with how they bring out audiences. But one thing that they have been good at is not making too many streaming movies.
Yeah.
And so this being a 87 North production that people associate with streaming, I think that probably is what harmed it. Though, we also have to note here, this is smaller than the first movie.
It is
actually a significant chunk, and it's not going to catch it.
No, it's not. It is really interesting, how this is lagging behind. Because I had here, that perhaps Universal was relying on a certain fan base growing for this over the course of the last couple of years. The original film debuted to $7 million in like March 2021. Right as they were sort of like testing the waters of if we can put movies out again. And this one opened to 9, like in a mid to late summer sort of release slot. Pretty disappointing, I would say. Pretty disappointing.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to try to narrow in on as we analyze this kind of stuff is films that we think were released theatrically because they believed a fan base would move from streaming to come see it
to theaters.
Pay see it in theaters. I think the problem with Nobody, and why, obviously there are very different scenarios, but why this didn't become a Moana 2 or an Inside Out 2, both movies that were definitely, that were big. The original movies were big theatrically, but they grew their fan bases because of Disney+. Those movies have iconography. Those movies have staying power in the cultural consciousness. Nobody doesn't. I mean,
Nobody was in 2021 was already
nobody was talking about it.
Nobody was talking about Nobody. Nobody was already in 2021. People being like, I guess it's kind of neat that Bob Odenkirk's in like a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but there wasn't, and unlike John Wick, nobody doesn't have the character iconography or the world building that may be a draw to some. It doesn't have iconic lines. It doesn't have iconic sequences. And so a sequel to that feels more like oh yeah, I guess. Not like,
why not?
I'm a big fan. No one's a big fan of Nobody.
Yeah, I would say
they watched it and thought it was decent. It's a good enough movie, and Bob Odenkirk is good in both these movies. But there are rabid fans of the John Wick movies, of these Disney movies, that then you can take that grown audience and bring it back into theatrical marketplace. That's not the case with Nobody.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, I want to shout out director Timo Tjahjanto. This is his English language debut. He is I want to get this right. Actually, hang on. I believe he is an Indonesian filmmaker, but I want to make sure that's right. Yeah, that's right. So he's made a couple Indonesian films, but this is his first American film, and he's taken another swing at it not too long from now with another sequel to a film that I think people certainly made more money than Nobody. He's making a sequel to The Beekeeper.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's very interesting. I think that's a different case where that movie was definitely very big on streaming, but it was also big in the theatrical marketplace. And unlike Bob Odenkirk, people associate Jason Statham with a theatrical experience.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's a much better bet.
Yeah. But yeah, I just like Timo Tjahjanto to get to become like an action guy in America for American audiences, because I think he is a good action director. I will say that. I think he knows how to craft those kind of sequences.
Yeah.
So anything else about
here?
I don't think so. Yeah, mid.
All
right,
but Tanner, look, been talking about all this stuff. We're like, yeah, that did surprisingly well. And hey, people talked about that. And even if it didn't make a ton of money, it was pretty good. But the last two movies here we're going to be talking about.
Oh, last four. We got four more. Or three more after this.
Yeah, no, right. Four total. This feels like August.
Yeah, I mean, we are. This is the 22nd and the 29th, the weekends of. And this is like the real dog days of summer going on here. But this film, Tucker, is another film from Ethan Coen, his follow-up to Drive Away Dolls from just last year. And this is a little film named Honey Don't. It's got Margaret Qualley, it's got Aubrey Plaza, it's got Chris Evans. Oh, don't worry, dear viewer, if you've not heard of this one, because did not exactly light the world on fire, Honey Don't.
No. Yeah, we haven't been doing this much recently, but in the future, I definitely want to start putting the studios up the top, because who produced Honey Don't? I mean, I guess
this is a Focus. This is the Focus distribution, I should say. Yeah.
All right, sure. Yeah, because they ate a chunk of change on this one.
This and Drive Away Dolls, certainly.
That's a good point.
Though, Tucker, it's interesting that you say this, because I put some stuff at the very bottom of the Honey Don't slide, and this is all of the Eden slide that we'll talk about next, is our conceptions of how successful a movie is. And obviously, if you look at the theatrical run of Honey Don't or Eden, you're like, a huge loss for the studio on this, gotta be. But Hollywood accounting, the modern day avenues of film distribution are perhaps a little bit more complicated and perhaps built around the studios and all their accountants making sure that they can eventually turn a profit on a film. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that here in a moment. But I do want to mention first of all that, for as much of a $5 million that Honey Don't made on a $20 million budget, it was like 30% bigger than Drive Away Dolls and was on 1,000 less screens.
Yeah, that's Tanner. That's what we call the Chris Evans factor.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair, Tucker.
That's what we call having a recognizable male lead in your film.
Okay.
Because even though I love Drive Away Dolls, and I think it's probably like a twice as good movie as Honey Don't, that movie. It stars, even though Mark Qualley's in both of them, that movie has male actors repute in cameos, but they weren't particularly marketed heavily.
No.
I do think that having three bigger names, Mark Qualley also a bigger name than she was even at the beginning of last year, being in the Oscars race, sort of, or awards race last year with The Substance. I think that trio of names is what comparatively made it mildly bigger.
Yeah.
But Tanner, let's be real. That's comparing shit to a turd here.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So Driveway Dolls
$3
made.
million opening. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Well, Tucker, just wait till you look at Eden. All right.
Oh,
So, exit polls were not good on Honey Don't either. Average rating was 1.5 stars for the film.
Yeah.
And
Didn't even get a cinema score, as we mentioned earlier.
Didn't
would not have been a good cinema score.
No, would not have been, because this is not a film that it leaves you on a feeling of confidence about the film.
No, you're like, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
it's done?
A pretty low definite recommend as well. Probably the lowest I've seen. 43% of the poll audience said they would recommend the film. So yeah,
That is low, but it's not.
It's not
That's
that
not
low.
insanely low.
No, it's not that low. But
frankly, I'm surprised that many people would.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't recommend that movie.
Yeah, probably not.
We had like friends on our Discord server who were like, "Hey, we're going to see Honey Don't." I'm like,
okay.
oh, and then they came back 82 minutes later or whatever stupid short movie they said, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh well.
So the
Shout
stuff
out Margaret Qualley.
The stuff I want to bring up here is that the name of the game for this stuff, for all these small movies, of which there were numerous in August, especially some that we aren't even talking about here, is the downstream streaming deals that they sign, basically. This is a focus feature, so this will eventually go to Peacock, and then obviously it'll be on demand on Amazon Prime and Apple and all those sources as well. Those deals, as I was looking into them, are worth millions of dollars. Just signing your movie over to those streamers. So eventually, small stuff like this can make its money back after streaming deals and so on and so forth. But we look at theatrical distribution and theatrical runs here, so that's what we're concerned with.
Correct. Yeah.
But Eden,
and also we have no way of knowing.
No, I mean that stuff is all company accounting back end stuff. Those are not public numbers.
We'd have to speculate, which we only do at the end of the episodes.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to talk about Eden, Tucker, because Eden is a very interesting case here. So, on a budget of
who gave Ron Howard $55 million to make this movie?
A total production budget of $55 million. Eden has made $2.3 million.
Oh no!
It's not especially well reviewed. Again, no cinema score on this one, but it has a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.4 on IMDb. Not great stuff. But I don't really have any any of my usual factoids here, because I found a very interesting Deadline article that looked specifically at Eden. It's like, okay, movie like Eden. No one's talking about it. It's got these huge stars in it. It's from an Oscar-winning director.
Yeah,
it's being distributed.
Best Picture-winning director.
It's being distributed by a super low-rent studio called Vertical. How does the accounting on something like this work? And it's pretty interesting. So, and I think it's a nice microcosm for how films like this continue to be made and continue to be profitable for studios, and how these studios stay in business. So, the net budget of the gross budget rather, is $55 million. You're able to knock that down by a significant chunk, because all various countries and states across the globe have tax incentives for films being filmed there, film job creation, things of that nature. So after tax breaks for the Australian film industry, the budget stood at $35 million, not $20 million off the budget just from tax incentives.
Yes.
Then the AGC Studios, which is the studio that actually made the film with some financing from other companies that they got in on the deal. They made $26 million in foreign distribution deals at the 2024 Cannes marketplace. So
very interesting. Now, that is fascinating. Let's take a look up there.
The international number?
The way up at the international number there.
Yeah.
What the fuck countries paid $26 million to they lost a shitload of money.
Yeah, well, Tucker, that may well be true, but they didn't make the movie. AGC and their financiers did. So all you have here now is basically a $9 million gap that you have to make up between 26 and 35, ultimately, for Tanner, AGC and their financiers.
We're still, unfortunately, losing millions upon millions of dollars.
That is, Tucker, until
oh my god, the puzzle goes deeper.
That's right. Until you think about what we just talked about with the streaming deals on this thing.
That's a great point.
Streaming deals on this thing are going to be pretty hefty because, hey, Tucker, look at all those faces on the poster there.
Hey, what the hell?
Any streamer would pay good money to be like, hey, look, we have a film with Jude Law and Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas and Vanessa Kirby and Daniel Bruhl. Like,
yeah, that's very true.
Like those movies, those types of movies become attractive for streamers because it's like, yeah, obviously people will click on this and watch this at home.
You know what, Tanner? That's a great point because just based on faces alone, I recognize that person. I'll put this on, even if it's just in the background. And also, the quality of this movie is fine enough. If frankly, it fits more in that. Not particularly thoughtful, but totally competently done streaming production process that I think a lot of people are kind of accustomed to now. I think this movie might, now that we put it like this, might actually find a pretty sizable home/fan base in the way of, oh yeah, I saw that and I thought it was fine. When people see this pop up on their fucking Roku thing and it's just got like this big thing, a bunch of faces. Yeah, it's a jungle premise. You know,
lush jungle environment. We got some dudes holding guns. We got some pretty ladies on the poster. Like, you know, that has been all you need to sell a movie for 100 years at this point.
Yeah, very, very interesting. So, congratulations all around, everyone.
I mean,
Tanner. $2 million.
$2 million.
That's more money than you and I have combined.
Exactly. Like, and so this article was just very interesting. And listen, I'll be real because there are some parts of it that are just like business speak gobbledygook that I was not understanding. But broad strokes, I was like, okay, so this is how this type of movie continues to be made in the streaming era.
And Tanner, let's do a little wrapping things together with a bow. I think you can say the exact same thing about Honey Don't. I think with the moment that Aubrey Plaza, whose name is much more associated with streaming because of her fame coming from television, and Chris Evans, and also Margaret Qualley, when the moment their three silhouettes and faces show up on people's whatever streaming service that ends up
their
on,
Fire Stick or whatever. Yeah.
Click.
I'll pay $10 to watch that. Why not? I'm already sitting on my couch or whatever. Yeah.
Very, very, very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the story of various films that came out in August, and we have seen and will continue to see. That's kind of how those things operate, which I found pretty interesting. Yeah. Anyway, Tucker, Caught Stealing. These are our Labor Day weekend releases, and boy oh boy were they pretty underwhelming. Now, you didn't see either of these films, The Caught Stealing or The Roses.
No, I was too busy going to parties and vomiting and meeting people and kissing babies and kissing people and kissing hands.
But I will say, many kisses going around. Both good movies. I like both these movies a solid amount. I really like Caught Stealing. The B Cinema score sort of surprised me a little bit. I thought, this might be a little bit more of a crowd pleaser than it actually ended up being, but I guess it's maybe a little dark and dour, a little too Aronofsky for some people. Even though it does have its more fun crime caper elements to it. But regardless, on a budget of $40 million, it has made 17 so far. We are just entering the second weekend of its release, but the diagnosis is in on Caught Stealing. It's not doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's doing a fuck of a lot better than Honey Don't and
it is.
Eden.
It is. I mean, it has its stars here. This is quite the ensemble here, but I guess the real gambit here was putting Austin Butler, first and foremost. Big movie star Austin Butler. Can he sell what is effectively an original film? And the answer for this one, at least,
what do you mean effectively?
It's based on a book.
Oh, book adaptations, I think, are. Because also when we were looking through DreamWorks, a lot of that is based on children's books, but let's be real.
Let's be serious with ourselves. They're not remakes. Let's just call it like it is. So, but yeah, this is the lowest opening for a Sony distributed film this year, even with the 4-day holiday weekend that it had. It couldn't even crack 10 million, which is pretty rough for Sony, who is a studio that is not doing well this year.
Yeah.
Their biggest success was 28 Years Later, earlier this summer.
Okay. They got a fucking Spider-Man next year, Tanner.
So they basically just spin their wheels into like, okay, we got a Spider-Man out, we're good. Oh god.
No, but also they're also doing like Naruto and shit, right?
Oh yeah, they got they got some anime stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, they have Crunchyroll. That's right. Yeah.
Well, no, but isn't there a movie?
Oh, they're doing live action Naruto. You're right. Yeah.
Sony also bought some like video game stuff that I think they're going to try to get going in the next few years.
But I mean, all these studios are trying to tap into that sort of like new IP stuff. Yep. We'll see how it works out.
Like the caught stealing IP.
Like the caught stealing IP, like the Austin Butler IP, which 36% of opening weekend audiences turned up for Austin Butler.
Very interesting.
Pretty good, but also that opening weekend audience was about $7.8 million worth of people. Also 25% for Darren Aronofsky. So is Aronofsky a bigger name than we perhaps recognize? I mean, they do sell it on like I think the films they pulled from the director for him was Black Swan and The Whale.
I didn't see in the marketing. I don't think I saw The Whale. I think I really just saw Black Swan.
That's a fair point.
Maybe Mother. I think Mother was.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
I think it was that instead of The Whale.
That's probably true. Yeah. Maybe I was just defaulting to like, they're probably selling it on his most recent film or whatever.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I love The Whale, but people didn't.
Yeah.
People didn't go gaga for The Whale.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Especially not general audiences. The Whale was much more of a awardsy drama.
It was a critic's pick, but it stayed in theaters, and people went to go see it after Fraser got his Oscar nomination. It did pretty well, I think. You want to pull up those numbers?
Yeah, The Whale made $57 million. Yeah. Actually, more than Mother's 44. And Black Swan. Is that the biggest financial hit that?
I don't know how much money Black Swan made. Can you
$330 million.
Well, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
And Tanner, guess the budget.
For
Black Swan.
30?
$13 million.
Whoa! Okay, all right.
And see, this is the kind of thing that allows a director like Aronofsky, who's very talented, but isn't like consistently high profile, to keep working. He's like, well, he made Black Swan, he might do it again.
Yeah, he could always just crack off another Black Swan here. Yeah, good stuff. I looked back at just Labor Day last year, because apparently that was like some of the lowest grossing, like as a total weekend at the domestic box office. Last year's Labor Day was one of the lowest grossing of all time. And the big new film that came out last Labor Day weekend was a little film called Reagan, which made $30 million.
Yeah.
Caught stealing will make that probably.
Yeah, it's interesting to note that one of the reasons why 24 and 25 their Labor Day weekends feel a little bit weird is because in 22 and 23. National Cinema Day on Labor Day weekend, and we got re-releases of things like Spider-Man and Top Gun and these things, and they just stopped doing that. I mean, I thought it was successful, but
yeah, I mean, I guess Hollywood, the production belt line has spooled back up now, so they don't feel the need to like redistribute things like that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess.
But you could have.
But I mean, even if it's just like making deals like for cheaper tickets and for like cheaper concessions, a free popcorn with your movie or something like that.
Right.
I think the idea of taking a low period like this, Labor Day weekend, 4-day weekend, give each of these movies a little bit of a boost. Maybe re-release one thing. Actually, they did re-release Jaws, so that didn't coincide. Intentionally coincide. I think. Well, yeah, like, why didn't you do National Cinema Day? Jaws is back in theaters, and movies are all half off. Like, how does that hurt?
I mean, to be fair, the Jaws opening weekend, the 50th re-release, did outdo both Caught Stealing and The Roses.
Yeah.
It was Weapons, Jaws, Caught Stealing, The Roses, and at the box office that weekend.
Yeah.
So let's talk The Roses quick. Wrap it all up here.
Yeah.
Budget of 20, very modest here for The Roses. Has made about 19. It's doing quite well. After this weekend, it'll be in the green for who put this out? I have to look out. I have to look that up. It's 20th Century, I think. I think it's 20th Century. It's doing well. I mean, it's got a B+ cinema score, 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not a huge hit with critics.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
But I thought it was pretty good. Biggest overseas market was the UK, $3 million opening weekend, as to be expected from your stars here. I think Cumberbatch and Coleman are both British, aren't they, Tucker?
Last I checked.
Speaking of them, this is the first original star vehicle for them in theaters this decade.
That tracks. I mean,
yeah, has Coleman ever gotten a big original star vehicle? I don't really think so, outside of The Favorite, which won her the Oscar.
Yeah,
but even that was more of an ensemble.
The Lost Daughter, maybe.
That was Netflix though.
That's a good point.
I put in theaters on here specifically because then you could look at Cumberbatch, also Netflix, Power of the Dog.
Yeah, even The Father.
Oh yeah, she is in that.
Empire of Light.
Yeah.
Actually, we have to count that, Tanner.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She's the draw for Empire of Light.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a fair point. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. But yeah, Cumberbatch. So I was just what movies has Cumberbatch been in recently that aren't Marvel movies?
I don't think he has been.
No, not really. It's kind of interesting.
The Tesla one.
The Tesla one.
The Nikolai Tesla one, Tanner.
Tucker, you're talking about the current war, of course.
The current war, correct? Yeah.
Didn't that come out like 7 years ago?
What? No.
Did that come out this decade?
He was in Power of the Dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Current war was that this decade? That's
no, the Electrical Life of Louis Wayne. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
that was 2021. When did the fuck did the current war come out?
I think that was 2018, 2019,
2017. Yeah, no, but I'm thinking of the fucking. I thought they were the same shit.
Tucker, you could have locked me in a room for 50 years and I probably would have never remembered that film. So good on you.
I mean, I never saw it, but
yeah,
I think it's based on Tesla's life, the Electrical.
I believe it.
Life of Louis Wayne.
Is it not Louis Wayne?
It fucking probably is. That's really funny. I thought, yeah. Wait, okay. What was the one that that Tom Holland was in?
Is that's the current war?
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I think it's both of them.
I guess I'm just remembering that trailer really distinctly in my head.
I thought that was trailer for the current war.
I guess so. Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had that good a memory. That's incredible.
Hey, good on you, man. Good on you.
Yeah, but this definitely feels more right for a comedy in this marketplace.
Yeah.
I appreciate the studios are still trying though, and I do want to see it to give it my support. But yeah, I don't know. But this is another one that feels very at home on streaming, and so I think that people will probably get a good kick out of it, Tanner.
I think so too. This will hit Hulu before too long, and probably be watched on there.
It'll hit the loo.
It'll hit the loo.
It'll who the loo.
It'll who the loo. So Tucker, should we just look at the last time on Backlot Banter?
Yeah. Quick question, Tanner. Yes. I just learned about this. Do you know who directed The War of the Roses?
I have it right here. Oh, the War of the Roses. Yes, I do. I do know who directed The War of the Roses.
Danny DeVito.
Little Danny DeVito film.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Part of his run, doing Matilda and War of the Roses and
stuff. That movie made $86 million?
Yeah. It opened to 9 and made 86.
Congratulations to Danny DeVito. Maybe that's what kind of put him on the map, you know?
I think it must have been. Had to have been.
Let's talk about the movies that came out in July. And see how they held. Jurassic World Rebirth did not make $1 billion.
No
did
Billy.
Not make $1 billion.
No Billy for you, Universal.
This is the first Billy-less Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, honestly. And the first Billy-less Jurassic movie in 20 years, 25 years.
What? Did Jurassic World 3 make $1 billion?
No, that's what I'm counting. I think
Jurassic Park 3. I mean,
yeah, Jurassic Park 3 did not make $1 billion.
Yeah, so Jurassic World.
No, yeah, good point. I guess
why are you drawing the distinction?
Tucker, you're right. I shouldn't have. It's the same thing.
Yeah. So Jurassic World Rebirth is basically tapped out. $856 million. That is one of the biggest hits of the year, and does
absolutely
and does guarantee that we're going to continue to get these.
Yes, of course.
Superman, though, these are big summer superhero movies.
That's right.
Superman has clocked in at $612 million. Not much gas in the tank left on that.
No, it's on streaming now.
Streaming.
Yeah. I know what you did last summer makes another 5 in the 4 weeks between when we talked about it. So that one was tapped out basically the second we did talk about it. Fantastic Four has been plugging along quite well. Has made $500 million at this point. Welcome to the club.
Has made $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not a crazy amount. It's certainly not profitable, but it does not mean that Fantastic Four is something that probably that Disney is going to like super lean into for the future, because this is not like Tanner. Doctor Strange made more money than this. Like, we're not like Fantastic Four. We as Marvel fans might consider one of the biggest parts of the Marvel iconography, but it seems like general audiences don't really agree.
Yeah, I wonder if it's. I mean, we talked about this aplenty in last month's episode about like the new reality.
Our specific superhero movie, summer movie.
Yeah. That this is just the new reality for Marvel Studios now potentially, and if the DC studios can come in and sort of take a torch to that.
Yeah, like Clayface will probably outgrow Spider-Man.
I mean, it probably, got to be doing it.
Gotta.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If we were continuing on the track record of recent Phase 5, where it's like, oh, we're getting Thor 4 and Cap 4 and like this kind of stuff, maybe DC would be able to like run around it. But I don't think that's going to happen when we've got Spider-Man and Avengers and X-Men for the next 3 years.
Yeah, no, they have doubled down. They have doubled down and locked in on like, okay, we need some hits in our corner so people stop telling us that we're cooked. Stop telling us that we're chopped.
And it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. And then together we talked about that.
We're not getting another Eternals or Thunderbolts anytime soon.
I don't think so. They'll be Tucker, let's get you. We probably talked about this, but let's get your prediction now. Eternals in Secret Wars?
I mean, they kind of have to be, right?
Do they have to be?
Like, they're contracted, though, right?
I think those contracts are
I heard that Kumail got contracted for fucking TV shows for Marvel.
Well, here's the thing.
They don't have to use them.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you sign that contract and you don't put them in anything, and then you don't have to pay them anything.
Yeah, but like you get Angelina Jolie interacting with people in like Angelina Jolie and Brie Larson together on screen, That's at least 5 tickets, Tanner.
And people are like, was Angelina Jolie in one of these movies?
What the fuck?
Is she in like Iron Man 3? What's going on?
Why does she have superpowers? What the hell's happening?
What's going on?
Oh, that's so funny.
And then together, doubled basically since we last talked about it. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff all around.
Good for the Together Corporation.
Tucker, good stuff for August 2025 on the whole. Now, I did have to pick and choose which ones to highlight here. So I could have picked like Nobody 2 or Eden or whatever to put in here, but I didn't.
Yeah. Cherry pick. That's what we say here on Backlot Banter.
Exactly.
Always cherry pick your information to make it look better.
Yeah. But you're looking at a lot of the biggest movies of this past month. If we want to look at that with some smaller ones mixed in, and pretty good stuff. I mean, average of like 7 out of 10, a lot better than last year.
I mean, so much better. It's not even funny.
Yeah, and the year before that.
I mean, also true. Yeah. I mean, I thought The Last Voyage of Demeter was solid, but like, Me and Ma'am really the only.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely quality movie there?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man.
Probably the best movie there.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to August. Not necessarily financially, as we'll get to on the next slide. But in terms of quality movies, and I think potentially one that have a little bit of staying power, even movies like Caught Stealing and Honey, Don't Eden, I think will, as we've mentioned, and even Nobody 2 will have a sort of second life on streaming in a way that I don't think something like The Crow or Hair on the Purple Crayon or even Borderlands, I don't think those movies had that same resurgence on streaming. These movies that might not have, and Freakier Friday is going to be a massive deal when it hits Disney+.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
And even right now, actually, Tanner, Naked Gun is huge because it's on streaming.
People clip in their favorite bits and post them on Twitter and so on. Yeah.
And being like, why didn't you go support this in theaters?
Exactly.
God, I love that bit.
Yes. Okay. Tucker, the summer is over, and if you look at the three dots of summer, June, July, August, 2025 tracked below the previous 2 years all three times.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what the deal was. I mean, we had some demarcations of success. We had two big superhero movies. We had a Jurassic Park movie, or Jurassic World movie rather. We had original horror fare. We had all sorts of things, and we just couldn't muster it up to beat 24 or 23.
Well, it's also important to note that 2023, for multiple reasons, was outsized.
Of course.
Barbie and Oppenheimer really pull that up. But also you have to remember that we had so many blockbusters coming out in summer of 2023 that they were all making very, very decent money, but they were also kind of like eating each other. But that all still totals up to a big pile. And so I think the 2024 number is probably the more comfortable expectation for what a summer movie season should be. And what that just means, and I think that as we've talked about, in a couple years ago, a Jurassic World movie would have made $1 billion. The big in 2024, Tanner, the Marvel movie made $1 billion. Not the case this year. I mean, frankly, just look at this. If Fantastic Four had been $1 billion movie, it would have matched.
It would have, definitely.
It would have matched it. And if Jurassic World Rebirth had made an extra $200 million, it would have matched that.
It would have matched.
And so I think that's just, I don't know what that necessarily means on a case by, or on a large scale basis, but on a case by case basis, it just means people weren't as crazy jazzed about Fantastic Four versus something like Deadpool, or I guess Jurassic World Rebirth with its new cast that isn't the legacy cast that we got in 2022. Marvel's lost a little bit of its spark. It's a new DC universe. There's a little bit of questions on the biggest ends here.
Yeah, I think so.
And also, Tanner, we didn't get a big Pixar hit.
No big Pixar hit. I mean, there were no like we only had like one August runaway success in Weapons, which really kept us afloat. I mean, if you can call that red dot there compared to the yellow and green being kept afloat, but like last year, 2024, we had two big August runaway hits in Alien and It Ends With Us.
That's a great point.
So yeah.
And even to the Pixar point, for 2023, you got to give some credit to Elemental that definitely brought some of the summer up, and it was a much bigger hit than Elio.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, there was. We didn't have a Pixar movie this summer.
Yeah, because the thing is, you ultimately have to, like, while we might think about this summer and think about something like Weapons, what you really have to do is compare the pillars, compare the big Disney movie, the big blockbuster movie, the big superhero movie, and see how those compare to the previous years, because those are the ones that are truly making up what we count as this big pile of money here. And this year's pillars were just shorter pillars.
They were. That's a good point. It's a great point, actually. Okay, Tucker. We have a race happening because as we've talked about in the last couple of months, this list here is stagnant, at least until November, because I feel pretty confident as the marketing spools up for like Tron Ares or whatever. I'm like, no fucking way, bro. No fucking right. We have a race going on.
And Tanner, I'm gonna be honest. I think maybe one movie in September is gonna make money.
Yeah. Well, hang on, Tucker. Don't. Not so fast.
Okay.
So, we have a race going on for first place, and you may be thinking, wait, Minecraft movie it came out like 4 months ago. Lilo and Stitch came out like 3 months ago. What is this race that's happening? Lilo and Stitch got re-released over the Labor Day weekend. Disney is hunting down that #1 spot like a bloodhound. They are so close, like $500,000 close to taking that #1 spot. Yeah. They want it so bad.
Well, the interesting thing about both these movies is these are both very re-releasable. Like, Warner Brothers can just be like, that's true. Warner Brothers can just be like, here's another special weekend for the Minecraft movie. Go see it, and it'll grab a couple $1 million. Like,
probably.
I don't know.
I don't know if it. I don't know if it will. If it can do that as easily as Lilo and Stitch can, because Lilo and Stitch is just something that parents are like, oh, bring my kids to that. Yeah, no problem. Minecraft movie, I think, culturally now has the connotation of like, are people gonna be like throwing shit at my head if I go again?
Oh,
like,
interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if parents have that association.
I don't know. It'd be a question I would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Lilo and Stitch is something for sure, especially like younger parents with young kids might be like, oh yeah, I know Lilo and Stitch. That's totally fine to take my kid to.
Yeah.
I can definitely do that.
I don't know what Minecraft is. I'm a parent.
Exactly.
It's video games.
It's video games. Because I was gonna look. It might have even done it now that we have maybe some Friday numbers in. I was gonna look.
Oh, so it's still in theaters? I thought you said it was just for Labor Day.
I think they put it in theaters for a while. I think. Let me check my local listings and see if I can theoretically go see Lilo and Stitch right now.
Lilo and Stitch. I can't spell. Stitch movie times Austin.
Just for the record, it has not yet, as of the numbers.com, passed $424 million. It's still at 423 and 423.5. So,
I don't see any Lilo and Stitch movie times even in Austin, which is a bigger market than Lincoln. So I think it's done actually.
Oh, you're right. I don't see any either.
Yeah.
Damn, they couldn't do it. Damn. Well,
now, Tanner, I know this is gonna be like picking from your two children that you love so much, but which one would you prefer to make more money?
Oh.
You fucking hate both these movies.
I do. I hate them both so much. I guess Minecraft, just because I have a more long-standing hatred with Disney live-action remakes.
That's fair enough. This at least is, by comparison, something new.
Yes. Yeah. It is a newer, fresher avenue for theatrical, for film adaptation. Or
and
for
Tanner,
film
there's
in
no
general.
chicken jockey coming out of Lilo and Stitch.
There is no
I'm still
chicken
getting
jockey.
chicken jockey memes on my social media.
I legit did get one like a couple days ago.
Well, because there's like a football player, and the back of his thing said something kind of close to chicken jockey.
Sure.
Okay. It was like Shinkin Jonkin or something like that. Like that's the guy's last name, and then people like Shinkin Jonkin.
Pretty good. But yeah, I mean, aside from maybe Superman ticking over to another number or Fantastic Four ticking up to another number, like that's it. Settle in, folks. Yeah.
And now, Tanner, I mean, I think we should just do this every time until the end of the year. Yeah. Shout out to Sinners. I mean, just
shout out to Sinners.
Just shout out to Sinners.
God. I was interested in, I guess I didn't bring this up when we talked weapons, but weapons is number 12 for the domestic box
that's
office.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, what's number 11?
Number 11's F1.
Dogman? Oh, okay.
Dogman has been knocked down to a paltry number 15 at this point.
F1, okay, sure.
Yeah,
but
so it's
the fact that weapons and F1 are competing?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, there's a bigger gap between weapons and F1 than F1 and Thunderbolts. F1 is sitting at 188 domestic, and Thunderbolts is at 190
really
there. So
that's really close.
They could do an F1 re-release in IMAX theaters and crack onto that list.
When are they gonna? I mean, yeah. What has IMAX movies for fucking September?
I mean, probably Conjuring, and then of course, and then one battle after another.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's talk headlines, Tanner. Yeah. Netflix reached number 1 at domestic box office for the first time with K-pop Demon Hunters. It was also, I believe, specifically like a sing-along version.
Yes, it was a sing-along version.
Yeah. Okay. I actually still haven't even seen that movie.
Yeah.
That's probably the 2025 movie culturally that I'm the least...
It is. I mean, I think I kind of had to reckon with this a couple weeks ago. It's like, K-pop Demon Hunters is probably like the most culturally defining movie broadly for the year. I mean, not for us, but for young people who will remember 2025. It's that Minecraft. I would put Superman on there too. I think that was a big deal. But maybe that's just more our circles potentially.
Yeah, but also from what I know, K-pop Demon Hunters is a much higher quality film than Minecraft, and I think so it'll have a lot better staying power.
Yeah, they're also making sequels to Minecraft, but there is a lot of goings on at because this is a Sony film that was sold to Netflix.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. What does that mean in terms of
they are trying
streaming
to
rights for the second?
They're trying to hash that out. I think that is being hashed out with Netflix right now because Sony is like, oh fuck, are we allowed to put the sequel in theaters? Are we allowed? Do we have to sell it to Netflix again? I think that's how it's being hashed out right now. There's also talk of live action remake of this film already. So
there's talk. We'll see.
Yeah.
I kind of doubt that so quick, but Tanner, do you have a tissue to wipe away your tears?
Oh, I do.
Shrek 5 has been delayed to June 30th, 2027. That was supposed to be what, an end of next year movie?
The December 2027 release slot has been vacating quite quickly.
26.
26, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. December of 2026 has been vacating quite quickly because the 18th was going to be Shrek, Ice Age, Secret War, or Doomsday, and Dune 3.
Dune. Yeah.
And now I think it is only Doomsday and Dune 3.
Yeah, but like one of those is gonna move.
One of them has to.
You can't.
We can't do that.
No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But Shrek 5, okay, June release date. That feels right anyway. So.
Ice Age also moved just a couple months to February 2027. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. Oh yeah, you're right. That's next down the list.
Yeah.
That's an interesting window for that to open in, because they're probably going to put a lot of marketing behind this. And how often do we get a February hit? It's pretty rare, and so that could be pretty good for a February slot.
It's
in
also
terms of having basically no competition, because also all of the Dune and Doomsday will both be done by February. That's like the first time you can really get a movie back out that's going to then be the talk of the town versus the holdovers from late December.
Oh, I should also mention Jumanji 3 opens the week is scheduled for the week before Doomsday and Dune. So, those are the three big movies that are currently slated for the end of 2026. And then what was it? And then did I have it out? Did I have it elsewhere? Let's see. Oh yeah, well, we will return to Shrek 5 talk at the end of this. Okay. Paramount has officially bought the rights to develop a Call of Duty film franchise. Tucker, this is the one you want. This is the easiest version of video game movies to make. It's the most accessible for general audiences who might not know what Call of Duty is or be interested in a film, just being like, it's a military action movie, don't worry about it. But also, slap Call of Duty everywhere. We're making a movie, baby.
I mean, absolutely. And it'll be really interesting to see what they take from Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty means shooting game. It does not necessarily mean one era or style of combat or war film. This series has done World War II. It's done World War One. It's done Vietnam War. It's done
the Cold
futuristic.
War.
It's done
Future
Cold
Wars.
War. It's done modern warfare. They've gone to space. They like all sorts of crazy shit. And so it'll be interesting to see what they mean by franchise, though, because you can see like three different paths for this, where they do a Modern Warfare trilogy. That is, I think, probably what people most associate with Call of Duty, where it is a series of characters going through three. Yeah,
you get a couple of young stars, and then you lock them in for a 3-movie contract.
Austin Butler as Soap McTavish.
Exactly. Something
By the way, ain't no fucking way they make the character's name Soap in the live action movie. And who'll play? Who's the character with like the mustache, the kind of older guy in the Modern Warfare games?
Is that not
Price?
Price.
Colonel
Yeah.
Price. You get like, I don't know, like Tom Hanks as Price.
Well, no, you probably do. We do a different job. Do Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy would be pretty good, actually.
That's a great casting.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't really care about Call of Duty that much, but this is going to be really interesting to follow, because it could be one of the defining things of the late 2020s in terms of films. Because there's that angle, but then there's also you could, I don't know if this would be more successful or not, but it'd be more interesting. You could do an anthology of make a Call of Duty movie that is a World War II movie. Do a Black Ops movie. Do a Modern Warfare movie. That'd be kind of awesome. Do an Infinite Warfare movie.
Yeah, yeah. There is a lot of different avenues.
It's actually kind of exciting. I'm not gonna lie, because like we don't really get big budget war movies anymore.
No, not necessarily. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, what's the last one that really like made waves?
I mean, like 1917. You know, like,
but I mean, whenever we get them now,
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, whenever we get them now, they are like awards hunting. Mm-hmm. You know, we are not like catering to mass audiences with like go live in war, dude.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on this. Mm-hmm. It's exciting and interesting, and also you gotta give props to Activision, which I don't say very often. But you gotta give props to Activision for not doing this 15 years ago. They easily could have.
Yeah.
You know, Modern Warfare 1 and 2 and Black Ops 1 and 2 were like the biggest games of that time period, and you can imagine a shitty Assassin's Creed Hitman mid-2010s. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Black Ops
style
movie
version
that no one
this,
cares about anymore. But they waited, I think, until the right time when big investment is going to be going into this kind of movie, and it's going to be.
Yeah,
I mean, this is going to be one of the biggest movies of.
This is. I mean, this is one of the big moves that Paramount made after their merger closed with Skydance, and they're bringing in new management. They want some really big projects to be touting to investors and things like that. So, I mean, they made that move, and they also made this admittedly smaller move, but they locked down the Duffer Brothers to develop theatrical films for Paramount.
Who's that?
The Duffer Brothers are the guys who made Stranger Things.
Oh.
Yeah. They poached them from Netflix because Stranger Things is...
For movies specifically?
Yes.
Delicioso.
Uh-huh.
Call me fucking Dora the way that shit be tasty.
Stranger Things is wrapping up at the end of this year, final season at the end of the year, and so the Duffer Brothers have been yoinked away from Netflix by Paramount and signed to an exclusive contract. So
very cool.
Yeah. Cat in the Hat delayed to November 26th. Tucker, I know you have some tissues there that you can use because I know you're crying because we're gonna get to see that Cat in the Hat trailer every.
Yeah. Wait. When was that supposed to come out? Because I've already seen it like 3 times. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the movie?
I don't know.
That long?
That long.
What the fuck are they gonna do to it?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
They redid Elio.
They did redo Elio.
Tanner, maybe there's some queer themes in this one.
Oh, brother, I can't even imagine.
where the Cat in the Hat is like, it's okay to love whoever you want, and they're fucking sitting up there like, you can't say that in our movie.
You can't say
Trump
that, Bill Hader.
Now.
You can't say that, Bill Hader, Cat in the Hat. You can't do that. That was supposed to come out like this coming February.
That's amazing.
I don't think they really replaced it with anything, though. When I saw that, because this is a WB distributed film, when I saw that, I was like, guys, just rip off the Band-Aid. Just put out Horizon Chapter 2 that day. Just do it now. Come on.
You got it sitting there on a hard drive.
You got it sitting there. I know you do. Okay. This is a pretty interesting thing, Tucker. I don't know if you've heard about this. This film titled Good Boy. Have you heard of this?
Yeah. The one by the dog. Horror movie of the dog?
Yes. It's being distributed by IFC, who is a famously exclusively small market indie distributor. No even imagination of doing a film that's going to make big number box office stuff. But because this film Good Boy and the marketing, the trailer and stuff has taken off online, they moved it from a limited to a wide release on October 3rd.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how big this is going to be, but I think this might be something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just don't think that. I think this is going to be essentially only online marketing. I mean, they might have some trailers that get it in theaters at the last minute, but there's not the time to whip up a major theatrical wide release marketing campaign, to make this something huge, especially with it's IFC. What kind of resources and connections they have?
Yeah, it's a good point. But I mean, they do have it as a wide release. We don't know how wide, obviously, but also, I mean, it's not going to be huge. I'm just maybe hey, this is kind of interesting because apparently the movie is less than 80 minutes long too. Yeah. It's 73 minutes or something.
Yeah, I'm on their I'm on their Wikipedia here, just looking
Yeah.
at the movies that they distribute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Late Night with the Devil,
Yeah, it's nothing-
Blackberry,
yeah.
Paint.
Well, Late Night with the Devil kind of became a thing last
no,
year.
that's true. But I mean,
Yeah. How much money did that end up making?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say like $40 million, maybe less.
I can't spell. I can't spell. There we go.
Let's see,
15.
Benedetta. 15. Okay, I was very off.
Yeah.
I didn't want to undershoot it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like their highest profile movies
Mm-hmm.
are not very much.
Yeah, but I think this could open to a few $1 million. It's kind of I think it could.
Wowee.
Yeah, it could do like 5,
boy.
which is probably way more than they thought it was gonna do a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we will see.
We'll see. We got some casting for a new Star Wars movie coming out 2027. Aaron Pierre and Amy Adams are in the new Star Wars movie. I just find it really interesting that Star Wars Starfighter, the Sean Levy Star Wars film, is casting like famous people. I just run through my head every so often. It's like, it's so weird that we're going to see like famous people be in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Like pre-existing
that's interesting.
fame.
No, you're right because historically
They get unknown.
Star Wars has made people famous.
Yeah.
Um,
No, of course you go back to like New Hope and you're like, oh, it's fucking Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness is probably the biggest star to have previously been big before being in Star Wars. Because even like Adam Driver, it was him being Ben Solo that made him famous. He was already a respected actor, but it was that blew him up.
Mm-hmm.
This shows have definitely had higher profile.
Yeah,
names.
Jude
Not
Law
necessarily,
is in a show. Yeah.
That's. I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
I forgot that fucking happened.
Yep.
That might be the like next down.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's big names in like side roles in a lot of these projects.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's.
But they've never had to sell these movies have always just been sold on it's Star Wars. They've never had to sell like it's Ryan Gosling in Star Wars.
That's very true. Ryan Gosling being the main character
of
of this, that's going to be very interesting in terms of the marketing. And shout out to Aaron Pierre. I think this is going to really put him. People already respect him. I put him in a similar vein of what Adam Driver was pre Force Awakens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where people recognized his face and might have liked him in a few things, but this will be like his first like blockbuster thing that really explodes.
I mean,
his career.
he's going to be in Lanterns in a couple of months.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So good stuff. Another really weird long delay. Mortal Kombat 2 was supposed to come out in October, and now it's coming out next May.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? I don't know. Strange stuff.
What's that releasing against, Tanner?
May 5th. Well, here's the thing. I think this moved because like May of next year is looking pretty sparse. Because obviously Secret Wars moved, and when that happened, Disney put Devil Wears Prada 2 on that date, that May 1st date. But like the week after, it's Devil Wears Prada 2 on May 1st. The Mortal Kombat on May 15th, so there's nothing intervening on May 8th or whatever. Mortal Kombat 2 is opening the same day as something called Verity. I think that might be a Colleen Hoover adaptation again. Okay. Let me double check.
Don't we got one of those coming out in like a month?
Yeah, also October. Regretting You is another Colleen Hoover. But yes, Verity is a Colleen Hoover adaptation coming out next May, and that's what Mortal Kombat's opening against now. And then we get the fucking the money run of Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh yeah, I forgot that's like our next actual Star Wars movie next year. I keep forgetting about that. Mandalorian and Grogu, Spielberg, Toy Story, Supergirl, Minions, Moana, Odyssey, Spider-Man, etc., etc.
That's fucking evil, dude.
Yeah.
That's an evil summer.
And speaking of, I just mentioned Supergirl. The following summer, on July 9th, 2027, James Gunn announced that Superman, Man of Tomorrow, will be releasing.
And this is his next project as well, right?
Yes.
Directing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real tight turnaround.
It is a very tight turnaround. One of the fastest. I mean, in terms of comic book movies and stuff like that. But
the only other one I can think of is like Iron Man 2 was 2 years after.
Yeah. I do want to point this out though, because I said it would come back. This is less than 2 weeks after Shrek 5 comes out, and I don't want to sound too like born in the 2000s kid, but Shrek 5 is gonna be fucking massive. And I think that maybe we should just maybe WB should just move that down another week, just to give Shrek 5 plenty of room to leg out.
And nothing else is in between there?
Nothing currently dated. Because there would be another week in between there, in between June 30th and July 9th, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but they might.
Oh, yeah, June 30th that's going to be, oh god, it's going to have such a huge, because that's an extended, like, 5-day weekend to 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
Is what that is.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, because I guess there'll probably be something on the 2nd, but nothing big, and then the 9th. So, yeah, it's technically the week after.
I don't know. A 2-week spacing for blockbusters is normal. I mean, I just don't think you really need... Because, like, is just nothing going to release for 2 weeks after Shrek? I don't think
you usually always hit, like, some smaller stuff, but, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing the week of, what would that be? That's the 16th or whatever. There's nothing, so... Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Tucker, let's wrap it up here. Let's wrap it up. Let's stop belly aching and wrap it up. With the September 2025 releases.
Oops, I didn't do my predictions.
That's okay, Tucker. You could run through it here. I'll even give you some pointers here as I do this, because we got The Conjuring Last Rites. That is out this weekend that we're talking about it. It's going to be a fucking huge, massive hit. Don't even think twice about it. You get Twinless, which is a smaller film. Dylan O'Brien, this is a Sundance movie. It's coming out, sure. Next week, you got The Long Walk, Stephen King adaptation. Cooper Hoffman, Daniel John... what's his name?
David Johnson.
David Johnson, thank you. Yeah. And then the long awaited legacy sequel to Spinal Tap 2, Spinal Tap, The End Continues. So there's that. And also, there's a new Downton Abbey movie coming out on September 12th. And also, we have Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which, if you're watching the numbers, if you're paying attention, Tucker, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, huge shit coming through. Huge shit coming down the track. Interesting. September 19th, you got Him and A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Him, we've mentioned a couple times. That's a production, a Monkey Paw production. And A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey is Kogonada, starring Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie. Then, last weekend of September, you got PTA coming through. One battle after another. Finally here. The Strangers Chapter 2. Long awaited, remember when those were supposed to come out in the same month or same year?
No one's been awaiting this.
Yeah, that's a good point. You got Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut in Eleanor the Great, and Gabby's Dollhouse the movie. Tucker, do you know what Gabby's Dollhouse is?
Probably a fucking YouTube show.
It's on Netflix, so close. But on Netflix, it's like an animated show. But this is like live action with like animated characters mixed in. Apparently, it's very, very popular with like preschool age kids. And so I had to really I had to mull over like how big is this actually gonna be? Are parents gonna like bring their preschoolers out to this? Is this gonna be like a Paw Patrol movie kind of thing? And so we can move on to what we've settled on. If you finished
I just threw some shit on there. I don't know, man.
These are probably not terrible, because I only have one departure from you here, actually, as you can see. We both have The Conjuring Last Rites at number 1 here.
It's probably not gonna be close.
It's not really gonna be close, though. Demon Slayer is the tracking is really, really hot on this one. So I have Conjuring Last Rites at $75 million this weekend.
Whoa! Yeah. Domestic or total?
Domestic. Tucker, it's going to... Tucker, this
what?
thing...
What?
I've been watching the accounts I follow on Twitter being like, okay, yeah, probably like $50 million. Okay, maybe like $60 million, actually. Basically, like every 8 hours, they're like, maybe like 70, maybe like $85 million.
Okay. That's amazing. Because Sinners opened to 48.
Yeah. Tucker, this is going to have potentially the top 5 biggest horror openings of all time.
What the fuck? I forgot this was happening until like last week.
Yeah, I
What
know.
the fuck?
I know. Tucker, it's insane.
God, I love movies.
Yeah.
So, you think it's even as locked in as we are on this shit, there's still surprises, man.
There are still
God.
Yeah, it literally 48 hours ago, the places that I go to for like box office prediction stuff, they're like, oh yeah, maybe like 55 to 65 million dollars, and now they're saying like this could push over 85. It's insane.
I can't even. Tanner, I would have maybe told you 30 if you asked me at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, that's great.
Good stuff all around. Okay, anyway, Tucker. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. This thing is hot as balls right now, the tracking on it. It is looking to upset both the opening weekend and domestic total record for anime films in the US. I'm going to put it at $55 million opening weekend, with the understanding that it could go higher than that.
Okay.
Tucker, you want to take a stab at what currently has the record for opening weekend and domestic total? It's the same movie for anime.
Wait, sorry. Oh, for anime?
Mm-hmm. It's a long time ago too. It's not a recent film.
Okay. Spirited Away?
Not Spirited Away. You get Tucker. Think something that everybody knows. Everybody knows, especially people our age.
Pokemon the movie.
Pokemon the first movie opened to $30 million in 2000 and made 85, and still holds the title for highest grossing Japanese anime film in the U.S.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Huh. Let's see here. Then I have one battle after another.
I don't fucking believe you.
This is me crossing my fingers, Tucker. Warner Brothers has been
Sorry, I just looked up Spirited Away because I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Spirited Away made $360 million.
Yeah.
What percent of that do you think was domestic?
8.
What about half of that? At 4%. I mean, that is comedically small. $15 million.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Warner Brothers has been on such a miracle run here, Tucker, that I have to believe that they can pull it off here. I don't think it's gonna be their 8th consecutive 40 million plus, because I'm gonna say $30 million for one battle after another. It's
oh my god.
Killers of the Flower Moon made 23 opening weekend. That is what I'm going off of. It's a little bit more like pitched at an action movie than that film.
It's more
shorter.
Marketable. Yeah. But
it could go
then
lower,
you compare PTA to Scorsese, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean, this is the battle that's been happening: is that Leonardo DiCaprio can open movies very well, and then PTA has never had a film make open to over $7 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this?
Okay.
Let's meet in the middle. This will be the biggest domestic opening of
his career.
PTA's career.
Yep.
But it'll be half of what you think it is.
15 is certainly possible. I mean, tickets aren't even on sale for this, so it's hard to track right now. And I mean, the thing that I really want, Tucker, the thing that I just hope is that Gabby's Dollhouse doesn't beat it that weekend. I just hope. God.
Oh. Well, apparently that's what I'm predicting.
Yeah, exactly. And Tucker, that's totally fair. It could very well happen.
Consider the thing. This is one of those ones where I just got to stick to my guns.
Yeah.
I've had
do it.
I've had a sour taste in my stomach not because I think it's gonna be a bad movie, but because I'm like, what the fuck is this movie?
The marketing is troubled.
What is happening?
The marketing is troubled. That's for sure.
As a time capsule, let's just talk about this now. They're making like memes,
yes,
like official memes about one battle after another.
They are,
and Tanner,
yeah,
they're gonna be in fucking Fortnite.
Yeah, they have no idea what to do. It is so strange to see the marketing department, the marketing firm, be in like crisis mode, almost like confusion mode over how to sell this movie. I thought that like them selling it as like a cool action movie was working fine, but now they're doing this. I don't really know what's going on. So again, it's me wishful thinking, being excited for this movie, being like, I think it can do it. I think it can, but it very well may not.
Moonshot, a very low moonshot. This will be the lowest grossing movie to have no. It's gonna be the youngest person ever.
Yeah.
The lowest grossing movie to have a tie-in with Fortnite skins.
Wow. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I'd have to look at a list, but I mean, wow.
Because like,
I guess they usually get big stuff. They usually get like,
it's like
Dune
all IP.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point. I got him at $25 million opening weekend, and then I have Gabby's Dollhouse at 20. Okay. So there is that. Again, I must reiterate. I'm really just hoping that. I mean, it would be very funny at the end of the day if Gabby's Dollhouse is number one that weekend with the new PTA movie out. PTA Leonardo DiCaprio, super anticipated, but
Tanner,
yeah.
One of those is a lie. You just told two truths and a lie. PTA, Leonardo DiCaprio, super anticipated. Two truths and a lie.
I think, Tucker, there are...
in that order.
Film nerds, cinephiles are anticipating this film. There's a certain group of people that are anticipating this film highly. Yeah. Here's me rationalizing Gabby's Dollhouse at 20. I think that it's different than something like Paw Patrol, which opened to... What the last Paw Patrol movie opened to?
I don't know.
I think it opened to around 20, actually.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol, the movie, no, what was it? Yeah, the Mighty movie, that's what it is. 22 opening weekend.
What about comparing it to Ryan's World, the movie, Titan Universe Adventure in 2024?
What did that make?
624 total. 1,000.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, it's like, wait, it has to be 1,000. That's insane.
It can't be $624 million.
No. I just think there's something to this film not being like fully animated that might turn like some parents away. That they're like, oh, it's not a cartoon that I can take my kids to. It's like Kristen Wiig is in it or whatever.
Tanner, I'm just doing this because I think it's funny.
That's fair. Tucker.
I remember sitting in the theater and seeing that trailer show and be like, what the hell is this?
It's really just a matter of
that is frankly maybe the most out of touch I've ever felt seeing a movie trailer. I'm like, because that's like Gabby's Dollhouse movie. I'm like, I haven't even heard of that. What are you fucking talking about?
It is ultimately a matter of if parents are aware that this is coming out, because this is a Netflix show for like 3-year-olds max.
Yeah, which is. Frankly, that's a group I'm okay with being out of touch with, which is like 4-year-old girls.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they are not driving. They're not seeing like ads for the Minecraft movie or whatever. They're just like drooling into their bowl of Cheerios or something. And the parents are like, "Well, I could do it." That's one of the things. Like, do parents want to take their 2-year-old to the movie theater to see Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie that has live action characters?
That's
in
a
it?
great question.
Yeah,
or
I don't know.
Could they just put
know.
on 2 episodes of the fucking show?
Exactly. That's exactly the thing. It was like, I'll wait till it's on Netflix, like the fucking show is. I don't know. It could be Paw Patrol. It could be either.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Though Paw Patrol is that's for
it might skew a little older, I think, but I think
comparatively double.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, can we get the age demographic breakdown for specific years under 10? Like 1% of the audience is 6-year-olds versus 5-year-olds versus 4-year-olds.
Sure. Yeah.
Get on it, post track.
Okay, so that's what I have, and ultimately, it's like a really rich September. Honestly, I have the top 5 all above $20 million, which is more than what August did.
Tanner, I think you have a rich brain, and I love you for it.
Thank you.
I think I don't know much about Demon Slayer, so I think that would probably surprise me regardless. I would not be surprised if from Downton Abbey down, which I have it at 3. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit in there.
Sure.
Maybe I would have moved Downton Abbey to 4th or whatever.
Those Downton Abbey movies, though, even the ones that have released this decade post-COVID, have done pretty solid.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if nothing made more than 12 million, other than Conjuring opening week.
Okay. Well.
Or Conjuring and Demon Slayer, and then everything below. I think this is going to be a fucking dearth. I think the thing I think is that nobody knows about these movies. I think him seems very cool, but I think it's not. Its marketing has been solid, but I don't hear anyone talking about it.
Yeah.
I think the Long Walk, for me as someone as tapped in as I am, I'm excited for this movie. it just like showed up like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What are you talking about? I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Gabby's Dollhouse is obviously nothing like in terms of our conversation. One Battle of Another, I think, is having very poor marketing. Spinal Tap 2, another one that just kind of showed up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sequel to Spinal Tap.
Oh yeah, there are certainly some stuff here like Spinal Tap that's like if that cracks 10, I will be surprised. A total, not opening.
And same with The Strangers. Like I've seen like one trailer for that, and I go to theaters every single week. Like I think every movie here has been poorly marketed. Frankly, even Conjuring, I think it's being sold on name. Like even the marketing, I've been like, I don't know, I didn't see that much. So
and Demon Slayer is basically relying on like the in-group of fans to bolster it.
Yeah. You say this is going to be a rich month. I say, I'm putting this out there now,
okay,
lower than August.
Wow. Okay.
I think this is going to be a downward slide.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We will see, Tucker. We will see.
Except for Eleanor the Great.
Except for Eleanor the Great, which is absolutely going to make $100 million opening weekend. Yeah. Okay. Tucker, thanks so much for joining me.
Bets have been placed, Tanner.
That's right. On this super-sized August box office breakdown.
That's true.
Folks, we will see you next time and see how the great bet shakes out. We'll talk to you later.